Ah, so much stuff to check out. Oh, hey guys, check it out. We've got some stuff to unbox. These are the three that I decided to put onto the uh, thumbnail. We have Sonic the Hedgehog in 4K. We actually have the deluxe edition of Quidditch, and we even have one of the cool Xenoblade games. But we got a lot more too, including some really cool stuff. Plus, I recently, thanks to the Tron uh, trailer, decided to give my old identity discs a little bit of an upgrade. They're batteries. As you can see here, they have an old battery compartment. They use these guys, basically. A really small battery to power up. Now, the thing is, this is as old as that movie, so, and there we go. Pretty cool. And they're pretty nice, as you can see, um, display case. Here we go. That one is from Tron himself with how he looks in the movie, Tron Legacy. Pretty cool. I wonder what they're gonna do for what's it, Ares or whatever the heck the movie's called. I also have the blue one as well. The only one I didn't get was the white one. Oh well. Anyways, so there's that. You can just make out the Enterprise right there. And as you can see, there's a new set of paint added. She's completely stable, so that's pretty cool. I've still got a lot more stuff to do. I've been playing Sims, a couple of other games, and there's a few others I gotta play. Plus, I'm getting ready for Easter tomorrow. And I also had to help my friend out because his Xbox One died, and I had a One S just laying around, so I figured I'd help him out. We also got NBA Jam for the Game Boy, which is pretty cool. But we also have one other thing that I'm going to be unboxing that's pretty cool. So there we go. Makes my Game Boy collection a lot bigger. Pretty cool. All right. So let's get to the first three and then we'll do the rest. But I figured I'll show this one off because this one I actually didn't even know had a physical release. So that's pretty cool. And it's actually a good game. So I was kind of impressed. And let's open her up. We have a lot in here actually too. There's our game. And look here, we actually have like other stuff. This is pretty cool. We actually have this map. Here, somebody's flying overhead. This is pretty cool. And because of this, I have a physical copy of the game, which is pretty awesome. So that's cool. There's our first one. All right, let's get to our first one. Let's do Xenoblade. I've been wanting to play this one for a while too. Xenoblade X Definitive Edition, which is pretty cool. We've got our trusty terrain. Just a Yeah, I can hear all the guys flying overhead now. We've had over here in Vegas a lot of ospreys flying overhead, so that's pretty cool. You know, it pays to have physical copies, despite what people might tell you, and it's pretty cool. I'm also learning more about the Switch 2. I don't think I'm going to be getting one this year, just because of it's a new system. I don't think it'll be that available, and plus just the price tag alone. It would be nice, don't get me wrong, especially for the games that will be receiving updates. But the price tag and all of that, plus I've got already a ton of games that I have to play, and a ton of games that are coming, including the Tony Hawk 3 and 4. There's another set of Capcom Fighting Collections coming, and I get those for both my Switch and my PS4. And the reason for that is that the PS4 is the primary fighting thing, but if I'm going someplace and I'm taking my Switch Lite, that makes perfect sense to take with me, and I can play those games. So that's pretty cool. So here we go. And since this is a Nintendo game, yep, there'll be plenty of stuff on the inside. And yep, see, look here. All right. I don't see any codes, but it's definitely something for Nintendo Online. Hold on. Gotta make sure there's no code. No, there's no code, but it's definitely showing, at least not one that I'm aware of. Okay, so starts here, goes with that stuff in back, and then all this stuff inside. Pretty cool. And of course, that's what it looks like fully on the inside. Not bad. Not bad. It gives me pretty cool. The cartridge looks pretty cool. No, I'm not licking the cartridge to find out if it tastes different. All right, then we have Quidditch. I've been looking forward to this. No matter what, this still has value, so that's pretty cool. Hold on, is there? Nope, no offline mode. I hate that. Oh well, it's a small price to pay. At least I have a physical game. All right. I'm betting there's a code in here, so I'm gonna have to be careful. But here we go. That's pretty cool. Trying to make sure you can see it without any glare. All right. What? All right. So that's what the game looks like itself. We have this and that. Unfortunately, there are two codes on the back, so I can't show those. So I just have to put those back in, but still not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Now we have Sonic. I've been looking forward to seeing this movie. Plus, the Blu-ray and the 4K will have all the special features that I want to check out too. You know, seeing how Keanu Reeves would play the role and stuff. And I do have to admit, this is pretty cool. Also, if you'll notice, um, Shadow's eyes are actually glowing with the reflective nature along with Sonic's that they do on this. That's pretty cool. So there's that. We got so there we go. All right. It's got a Blu-ray and a 4K, so I do like that. There are some Paramount ones where it's just straight out a 4K disc, and you have to buy another copy to have the Blu-ray, which doesn't sound bad, except I do actually have, for portable purposes, a portable Blu-ray player. So yeah, until they make a portable 4K player, which I probably will, I have to rely on that. But that's still not bad. So here we go. Not bad. We're opening her up, and here we go. All right. We got our little information. Including, oh, okay, that's cool. And then they're advertising that. That's pretty cool. I still have to try to see about playing that. All right, that's what she looks like on the inside. Not bad. Now we're going to get into the last stuff. There's a few things here. The first one's going to be season one of Chilling in Another World. I like anime. See, look here, I love it. Hero, villain, chillin'. That's actually the name of the anime. He's chilling in another world with a level 2 cheat skill. The art style is cool. I like the characters. It actually has some pretty cool moments. I collect the manga too, so I think they're at chapter 9 right now, but we're still waiting for chapter 10 to drop, and I think in down the line more months we'll have chapter 11 also dropping. So we gotta wait. But either way, I have a pretty good amount. And what's cool is that a lot of these are actually being turned into TV shows. So here we go. Oh, oh no, these are. Oh, this is cool. I didn't know it was this cool. The discs actually have this cool reflective nature with the two characters. And I've just noticed that directly under them, see, look here. That's cool. And there she is. That's pretty cool. That's really, really cool. These discs are actually really cool looking. I mean, just look at that. That cool metal reflection right there. That's pretty cool. Actually, really cool and really nice. I'm liking this. Plus, there'll be a few other features and stuff. And I have a hard copy, so if anything happens to my net, I can at least watch the show. It's one of the things I like about these. And yes, there's one more. big thing, but I wanted to save these last couple of things. Also, we have the Venture Brothers, the complete section collection on Blu-ray. At least I hope to God this is a complete collection. And unfortunately, I've been kind of uh, out of the circulation for a little while, so that's unfortunate. I love it, Adult Swim, Warner Brothers. I love the fact it's done in like Egyptian hieroglyphics, and there he is holding that one dude's head and stuff. Pretty cool. And of course, you get on the back, and you can just make out the two Venture Brothers themselves. All right. I'm not going to spoil anything with the show, but I really love it. Okay. Yeah. This, I don't really want to damage it, so. There we go. And they have some great moments with the characters and stuff that they put into the show. It's absolutely one of the best. The voice actors, the characters. It can be comedic one minute and then serious the next. So here we go. See, there you go. And here's the. It's pretty cool. All right. And whoa, there's a lot. There's the complete series little booklet thing. Jesus, that's a lot. Okay. I think that's season one. Jesus. That's just season one. Season two. We put this next set. Oh my God. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Shit, shit, shit. What came loose? What came loose? Crap. Okay, I'm going to have to be a little careful. Feels like there's a lot in here. Okay. A little concerned about that, but it's okay. The last two are pretty cool. So we have Puppet Master 3, Toulon's Revenge in 4K. They actually re-released this in 4K, which is pretty cool. Full moon and all that. So this is really cool. We're gonna open it up and take a look. Now I have this one on a Blu-ray, but to actually see this in 4K, because despite what people might think, these films were actually made to potentially go into theaters. They did get sometimes theatrical releases, and Full Moon would release them through Paramount Pictures, believe it or not, for home video releases. So that's why if you find like old VHSs, they'll actually say Paramount Pictures on the side, as well as the Full Moon stuff. And it also makes sense because there's a lot of people from Paramount movies and TV shows that actually pop up in the Full Moon movies and stuff. George Takei, for example, Jeffrey Combs. So there's that. All right, so here we go. Cool little box art and stuff. And then, of course, we have the 4K itself, all the special features. This is cool. And then we open it up, and check it out. This is cool. We actually have both the Blu-ray and the 4K of the movie here. So that's really cool. That's really good. And trust me when I say these are really great movies. They're really fantastic. And this is like the first one I've noticed that's in 4K that's of the like older class movies. There's also a big collector set that also has a few other movies I haven't even seen yet. So there's that. All right, last thing. I've gotten into Tetris and I recently played, and I'm probably going to do a review on Tetris Forever, but it made me hunt this down. This is actually a really cool LED light Tetris like lamp and stuff, but it's actually LED and stuff. And as you can see here, you can literally put the stuff in, they light up, 7 piece, just like the actual game. So this is pretty cool. I have no clue how to do this stuff. So here we go. All right. It really is a shame that I don't have the theme to Tetris playing in the background while we're doing this, because I think that would be really awesome. All right. Okay, so here we go again. That's how it is. And yep, here we go. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. All the shapes and stuff you can make. That's pretty cool. Now the blue block I do know right here, the 4-1, there's just a straight line. That's the primary block that everything works through. So that makes sense. All right. And we open it up and check it out. There we go. That's what it looks like. You see what I mean? This is that's the primary block. You have power and so forth. See if I can get it on. Here's our power supply. I wonder what it is. Do I even have a power? Huh. Okay. Now, it did say something about it having an ion lithium battery, so I think it can work without one, but I wouldn't be too sure about knowing about that. I'm just hoping this works. But either way, it's just kind of cool. I mean, that's just too cool. All right, and there's some stuff in the bottom too. Let's see if I can find Korat. Oh man. Ah. Look far away, but it'll work. It's cool. Everything's cool. Here we go. That is too cool. That is too cool. That is just too cool. Although it's actually I have to turn the light off for us to see it. But that is too cool. Okay, you can kind of see it in the light. But that is actually too cool. A little curious. Mm. Doesn't look like it has an ion lithium like they were saying, which kind of sucks, but still. It's just too cool. Okay, that's just too cool. Either way, I can set it up like a lamp or something where I need light. And of course, we have all of the remaining pieces. I don't get it. It had a little warning like iron lithium battery, and I don't see any here. Interesting. It's just too cool to see this in action. Here's the LED product description. Okay, how would we even pull that one off? It's just too cool. So there we go. We got Tetris and stuff. So, anyways, guys, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. Sorry if it wasn't as quick, but I had a lot to unbox, and also I just you know, really wanted to get this and unbox this. I mean, I love Tetris. Who doesn't? And hopefully, if everything works out, I'll even have a Super Nintendo, Oh wait, I actually have a Super Nintendo, but I mean an NES version. So that would be pretty cool too. So guys, like and subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.